Hey guys. Okay, so I just wanted to come on right quick and one just remind everyone that tonight we're going to be talking about how to be healthy in the holidays. I'm really excited about that. Actually, been working on that presentation like this morning, even though I keep getting distracted, but still, I'm really excited about that one. It's going to be really good. So that's tonight at 7:30 p.m. I'm going to go live on Facebook. Some people are saying that they didn't get like a notification about me going live the last time I went on, I think that was like Tuesday night. And so, yeah, I don't know what that's about, but so set an alarm, be here, Facebook. We'll be here together talking about how to be healthy during the holidays, right? Okay, cool. So, Tuesday I was talking about how I was listening to this purpose planning like stream, and basically one of the things they said to do was like really be confirmed in like your identity, and so really seeking God about like who He created you to be. And one way to do that is to like look up your name. So what does your name mean? Because the thing is, like, God gives us boundaries, right? And so one of the ways you can figure out what boundaries you have and ways that you can operate is by knowing what your name means and knowing like the background behind it. So I looked up my name, right? My last name is Atkins. And so Atkins is kind of interesting. Like, it means, the first part of it, when you break it down, the AD part of it is like a nickname in Hebrew for Adam. And when the name ends with S, it usually means son, like the son of. So literally it would be like son of Adam. That's what I found on Google, right? So that's kind of cool. It also could be son of Achan. I saw two different things. So like son of Adam, Adam Eve, son of Achan, Clay Aiken from, American Idol. Either one. Either ways, that's who. That's what the last name comes from. For my middle name, it was kind of interesting looking that one up. Um, a lot of times we have names that are kind of like a variant of a different name. So, like, for example, let's say you have the name Janae. Well, then people will start over time changing. They want it to kind of sound like Janae, but want it to be something different as well. So they might change the first letter. So one name I've actually seen quite recently is like, instead of Janae, is Danae, so with a D in front. Um, and so what if that was like your middle name or your first name or whatever, you would probably look to see what that name kind of originally started as, to kind of see what the meaning of it is. So that's kind of like how my middle name is. And so basically when I looked it up, it means like God. And then it also, that's like the Hebrew definition. And then there's like one based out of like Africa, which meant victorious maiden, which is really cool. So when you have those type of like meanings of your name, it's really cool, and you can like base it based off of scripture. So you go back to the scripture and says and see what God literally says. So like for like God, I got like Ephesians 5:1, and it's being imitators of God. And then for victorious maiden, it was 1 Corinthians 15:57, which is saying that we have victory through Jesus Christ. So it's cool to like look up your name, and get some type of meaning, but then also back it up with the scripture. It's a lot more powerful when you like back it up with actual scripture. And so then my first name is pretty cool. My first name is Alani, obviously. You guys know me. So my first name, let me tell you a story about how I got my name. It was a guy in like College Park. He sells, well, he's a State Farm um insurance agent. And he had this big old billboard with his face and his name on it. And his name was Alani Alugade. And he was State Farm, so he's, advertising his State Farm thing or whatever. And so my mom was driving by, and the billboard wasn't that far from her house. So, like, it would be something she would see regularly. She saw it and decided, boom, that's it. That's what my daughter's name is going to be. It's kind of funny. If I was a boy, though, my dad wanted to name me either Martin, Malcolm, or Nelson. So, for the culture, basically. But thankfully, I was a girl, so I got named Milani. And it's kind of cool because, like, I really feel like my name was meant to be that. So not only was the guy's billboard and his business, like, really close, like 5 minutes drive from our house, his wife actually worked at the same hospital as my dad at the time. And so, like, they were at some type of function. And I feel like they had a child maybe as well. Somehow, either through the child or through the wife, they met each other. So my mom met the guy that she named me after, and she basically told me the story about it. And he was just saying, like it has Nigerian roots, and actually that because the guy's Nigerian, and actually it's actually a really common male name, which is interesting. And basically that it meant precious gift. So that's cool. That's what I've been kind of holding on to like my whole life was that his name is precious gift. It's kind of crazy though. Like when I actually look it up, like I've never seen that definition. But I'm not gonna say it doesn't mean that because it probably does. Or at least that's what I believe. I'm just gonna keep that one. But then also when I look it up, the I looked it up again recently, and I actually got a Nigerian um like definition for it, which is actually kind of uncommon. I haven't been able to find any like name like my name with the Nigerian root, but this one said it meant that when we survive to have, which is interesting. But I haven't really broken that one down yet, so I'm gonna actually look into that a little bit more. Like, what exactly does that mean, as far as in a sentence? This also has roots in like Ireland, and so in Irish it means beautiful or dear child, which is pretty cool. And then there's also a Celtic root, which means peaceful and serene, which is also cool. Now, the most common one that I've seen, like if you literally just look up a line, the first thing that's gonna pop up is orange tree, and it has like a Hawaiian root or whatever. And so, like, that's pretty lame. At least I thought it was, until I looked it up again this week, and then I actually got the definition orange bearing tree, and like it was something about the word bearing, like that was kind of like nudging me to like look into that more. It's like, okay, what does the word bearing mean? And so I have a couple definitions right here. I have a notebook right here, and so it means carrying. It means to have or display a visible mark or features. Um, so like for carry, like as I was looking through it, like God was kind of just giving me different things. And so I carry as in like have gifts, to have or display a visible mark or feature. It kind of I kind of equated that to the glory of God. Well, somebody recently told me that they could see the glory of God within me. And I'm like, whoa, that's pretty dope. And so I kind of equate those things to be the same. It means to be called by, so called by God. To carry or conduct oneself in a particular manner. It means to support. It means to take responsibility for. So be like a guardian or a leader of someone or a group or something. Be able to accept or stand up to. So basically, to defend something or someone. To endure. So be resilient. To give birth to produce, and it means to turn and proceed in a specified direction. And I kind of equate it to like if you're saying you're turning and you're following a specified direction, it's like you're following the voice of God. And then I also have what does that say? Oh yeah, that was the last one. Sorry, I can't read my own writing sometimes. So I was like, it was crazy because all this time I resented the meaning of my name when I would find the orange tree um, definition, not knowing that it was a lot more to it. Even looking at the word orange, oranges are fruit, and oranges have like a whole lot of vitamins and minerals. They have vitamin C. They have a lot of other ones, and they're one really cool fact about oranges is just that they're high in fiber. And what's cool about that is because if something's high in fiber, like a food, basically it helps promote weight loss and it maintains fullness. And I think that's really cool, particularly for today, because literally later on tonight, I'm doing this whole course on, how to be healthy during your holidays. Most of my channel, well, most of this page is going to be focusing on, healthy eating. I have this whole brand where I help other people like plan their foods and do meal preps. And so basically, literally, my name means that I can help you be full and lose weight, which is dope. So, like, if nothing else, if you would have any other reason to like follow me or, it's because literally my name says that I can do what I say I can do. So that's cool. And I thought that was kind of fun. So, again, tonight, I'll be back on 7:30. We'll be talking about how to be healthy during the holidays, how to not, ruin your fitness or your diet goals, and to actually enjoy yourself during this holiday season. So I'm looking forward to it, and I'm excited for it. So I will see you guys tonight.